Hello and welcome into West Claremont High School for the first round of the tournament between the 14th seeded Mason Comets and the 18th seed Edgewood Cougars. I'm Evan Amazon, but I'm not really the important one here. So I'm joined by Ben Haller, who's the first member in sports radio history to reach 100 broadcasts. Ben, congratulations.
Thank you. We're not through this game yet, though. I'm going to hold that till the end of the game. I don't want to. Something weird could happen here, but I'm excited for this matchup. What better night to have than the first round of the playoffs? And usually in the first round, this Mason team's playing someone who's a little lower down on the totem pole, not have a good of a seed, but Edgewood is pretty close to them. We got a 14 and an 18 seed here going at it. We saw earlier tonight the number 1 seeded Elder Panthers took down Milford, and they'll move on to play Oak Hills. And the winner of that will have the winner of this game in Turpin. That'll happen on Monday night. So we're really excited here for this region, for this district, and for this section. And Evan, what specifically about these teams you like?
Well, this is a good, interesting matchup, certainly for both teams. These are teams that never play each other. Mason, coming out of the GMC, 5-11 this year in the conference. Their best win against Loveland out of the ECC. Their worst loss against Middletown, the team that Edgewood also lost to as well. The Comets also got one back against Middletown. Alex Morton leads this team. A lot of rebounds down low. He's 8th in the GMC with about 14 a game. And then for Edgewood, their best win against Harrison. They lost to him once. That was their only conference loss as well. Worst loss against Monroe, and Caleb Allen with 18 points per game. He makes up about a third of their scoring. So the Comets are going to have to try to stop number 15 all game.
Well, Alex Morton's been the story of this Mason Comet season, but it's not just him. It's been a little more balanced. We haven't seen too much of a deep bench. Golan coming off the bench as well as Alex Kelling. Started the year as a JV guy, but he worked his way up to getting some varsity playing time. But you look at the rest of the starting lineup, and you got a couple of sophomores and Ben Manker and Jake Hanley alongside the 2 seniors, Middleton and Alex Morton, and the lone junior in the starting lineup, Jack Olam, kind of that stretch 4 position. And then you look at Edgewood's starting lineup. We talked about Caleb Allen, and then they got a bunch of role players around him. Dale Yager, Colton Hunt, Jesse Thompson, and Peyton Smith rounding out the backcourt.
Yeah, Yager averages 10 points a game, so he's another guy who the Cougars will look for their scoring. They're not really a deep team. Kind of similar to the Comets, so a lot of their points comes from their starting 5. So,
yeah, and we touched on it earlier, but these two teams have had a little bit of a different, kind of opposite seasons in terms of Edgewood has a really good conference record, but their overall record isn't as good as you would assume. The SWAC has been a little weaker this year, and GMC is kind of the opposite. Mason only went 5-11 in GMC play, but they were decently close to that 500 mark.
Yeah, Mason's 8th in the GMC out of 10 teams. They're the 14th seed. Edgewood was first in the SWAC, and they're an 18 seed. So that kind of shows you the differences in those conferences.
You look at the team resume, and you start to wonder, do we get that mixed up? Is Mason supposed to be the 18th seed? But no, that's what the coaches decided, and we'll see if that serves true tonight.
The Comets starting off with possession. Now Olam kind of in a tough spot in the corner. And down low, and nice little jump off to Jake Hanley, and man, good start for the Comets. Nice lefty layup and an easy finish.
Yeah, Mason always like to come out with a set play. It varies between which one it is, but that one was just a little double screen-to-screener action. Jake Hanley coming off of it down low.
Comets going to a little double team on the sideline. That worked pretty well when they were playing good against Lakota East about a week ago, and a nice take there. That was from Peyton Smith, and he'll be going to the free throw line for the first time of the game.
Yeah, Mason likes to start games defensively with that trap action. You're going to see a lot of that 1-2-2 zone. They've been playing a lot recently, and that kind of started playing better ever since they went to that. But last few games picked up some losses, but against some good teams and by margins that were a little different in the beginning of the season.
Smith goes 1 for 2. Edgewood at a team is 70% on the year from the free throw line. Oh, that was the right pass from Morton there, trying to find Hanley for another down low shot, but just kind of off his hands there.
Yeah, that pass had a lot of mustard on it, and Morton maybe just a little overeager here, started the tournament game, but he is the only Comet that has any OHSAA tournament experience, the lone varsity returner from last year's Mason team. So you'd expect him to be the least likely to make mistakes like that.
Yeah, that was a team that went to the district finals, lost to Centerville, who went on to win the state tournament last year. Centerville the favorites again coming in this year.
Yeah, you can't really punish a team for losing to Centerville last year, returning their whole team. They're number 6th in the country now. Well, Gabe Cups, Rich Ralph, and Tom House leading the way.
Got a drive and a good job getting into the paint by Caleb Allen. So Edgewood takes the early lead here, 3-2 over the Comets. Hanley will take the mid-range jumper. And he gets a little friendly roll there off the back iron and in. So Jake Hanley's got all 4 for the Comets to start out.
Yep. You know, he doesn't have a lot of varsity basketball experience, but he played quite a big role on the Mason varsity baseball team last year, who had some tournament success, so he's used to some tournaments.
And Caleb Allen will pull up and take the 3. Not a guy you can leave open. He really does it all for this Cougars team. He leads them in all 3 major categories, points, rebounds, and assists. That's the three-pointer is no good for Middleton, but a good rebound from Alex Morton, stripping it from Allen down low, so we're tied again at 6-all. It's kind of a back and forth start to this one.
I mean, that's kind of what we expect all game, right? 14-18 seed. It's going to get as close, or that's about as close as it gets. And you saw Loveland. LaSalle was the 13-15 last night. LaSalle ended up upsetting Loveland. So we're really excited about see how this one plays out with 5:12 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, another upset, Middletown beating St. X. That's one that a lot of people didn't see coming, besides Middletown.
Yeah. I'm sure if you ask any of those Middletown players, they'll say they saw it coming. And Middletown, the lone common opponent between these two teams. Mason split with them, and Edgewood lost to them by a 15-16 point margin.
Yeah, Kings as well. Edgewood beat them by 2, and Mason won by 6. So Alex Morton, quick 4 for the Comets. They take the lead again, 8-6. And a drive to the lane, an athletic finish from Colton Hunt. Man, that's a nice play from the junior.
It's nice to get someone other than Allen on the board now for Edgewood. And going into tournament games especially, you don't want to rely on one player. You want to have a couple of players that are having good nights. We've seen some pretty big tournament carries in the last few years, but it feels like to win a game, you need a couple of guys going.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, that's going to be the key for Edgewood is if someone can step up besides Allen. And what's interesting about this team is the Comets have kind of been undersized all year, but the height matchups are pretty similar. I mean, Edgewood doesn't have, like, a big center. Caleb Allen, their tallest player, at 6'4". And for the Comets, and Hanley's their tallest player at 6'4", like 6'5"-ish, so the height's kind of similar. Alex Morton with 6 in a row now.
Well, I'll tell you, Mason's getting anything they want, and they're using one offensive set that has a lot of options, and pretty much every option has been there for Mason. That's a good sign moving forward, because even if Edgewood can close one of those options, Mason has other opportunities.
And the three-pointer is good as well. That's a big shot from Ben Menker. He struggled parts of the season on his three-point jumper, but that one was from deep, and he knocked it down. So Menker on the board with 3, Morton with 6, Hanley with 4 for the Comets.
Yep, and there's where you start to see it's balanced. Morton will be that leading scorer, but you have some guys that'll step up and take a big 3 or inside Jake Hanley. And Jack Olam just got blown by.
That's Jesse Thompson on the take for the Cougars. So lead back to 3 for the Comets.
You know, if you're Mason, if you want any sort of tournament run, you're going to have to get your three-point shooting improved from the regular season, only about 20%. But you have capable shooters, especially Middleton and Kelling, and you're going to see Kelling here.
Right on cue, Ben. Kelling knocks one down. If the Comets can hit shots like this, then they can make a pretty big run in the tournament.
Yeah, because you see, a lot of people would like to make the argument they're a little better than their record shows, especially with how much better they've been playing at the end of the season. And when a team isn't shooting well, if they can turn it on, or flip that switch a little bit, then they can be a whole new ball club.
Middleton almost gave it a go. Instead, out to Kelling. This time it's no good. But Alex Morton on the offensive boards. And now Menker again open from the right wing. And that won't fall either. So some good opportunities there from the Comets, just unable to get him to fall. And that's Thompson, no good on his three. So a couple of misses from both squads here.
And that's kind of the hot and coldness of both teams. That's been their identity all season long. Both teams have had some really good shooting games, but overall it's been a little rough. And these are two very similar teams, too. They're not incredibly athletic, not very big, but they play fundamental basketball. And they run a lot of sets, have some very good coaches.
And Colton Hunt almost intercepted the skip pass. And Alex Morton down low, and he'll finish. And going back to the shooting, Mason this year shot 30.6% from three-pointers, while Edgewood shot about 33%. So pretty similar, but certainly not great. And both these teams would like to improve on those numbers.
Yeah, and down low on Mason's end, that's toughness from Alex Morton, and that's someone who's been in a tournament game like this before. Not scared of any contact, going up strong, and knowing he's stronger than a lot of these Cougar players.
Yeah, you just got to make sure that he's able to keep his composure throughout the game, because there's times when he's been frustrated down low, where he might have not gotten a couple calls. Then he'll get some dumb fouls kind of far away from the basket, and that's what Edgewood wants to do, is get number 12 in foul trouble.
Yeah, and coming into the season, a lot of people would have expected if someone like Morton in the tournament would be in foul trouble, then Comets have no shot. But the way some of these Comet players have stepped up in the regular season, like people like Todd Middleton, Alex Kelling, Ben Menker, then it's not totally over.
A good tip from Middleton. It's Comet basketball. Smart play, high IQ there. She's able to tip it off. Paulson just checked in.
There's the black hole. Pretty good showing today for a tournament game that's 45 minutes away.
Yeah, and we're closer than Edgewood.
Yeah.
Edgewood's just about an hour away. So.
Not an ideal spot for both teams, but they're making it work. We got a good showing in the stands, and Comets 8-point lead early. Make that 10.
Yeah, Alex Morton, nice spin down low, and the Comets are on pace for 80 points here.
Comets on pace for 80, and Morton's on pace for 40. And that's what you want to see from your senior leader, and he's got a strip there.
That's Allen, loses it. Little transition for the Comets. And Middleton scores. And Ben, we're on pace for 80. We're on pace for 88. If my math is correct.
That's good math, Evan. I mean, I know I'm not the best mathematician, but at the end of the first, Comets off to a strong start, 22-10 over the Edgewood Cougars.
Hi, my name is Leila Sheikh, and I'm a member of the Mason Hope Squad. Hope Squad is a peer-to-peer suicide prevention and mental health awareness program here at MHS and at the Mason Middle School. We have over 50 Hope Squad members ranging across all 4 grades. We spread our awareness through social media posts on our Instagram and Twitter, as well as flyers throughout the school and just speaking to peers throughout the year. Something we did recently was hang up our See Something, Say Something posters in every classroom, so resources are readily available for you, friends, and teachers alike. If you or anyone you know need any type of support, please reach out to anyone wearing Hope Squad pins, shirts, and or just gear in general, and we would be willing to help and support anyone who's in need. Thank you so much.
Welcome back into West Claremont High School, the neutral site for the 14-seeded Mason Comets playing against the 18-seeded Edgewood Cougars. And Mason Comets off to one of their best starts of the season, and what a time for it to come.
Oh, yeah, almost perfect offensively so far. They're hitting some threes, getting some shots down low. Really, everyone's getting involved. Alex Morton leading all scorers with 10. But, yeah, I mean, it's been just exactly what the Comets wanted offensively. And the beginning of this game was kind of close. The Comets kind of took control at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, and really the story's been Alex Morton. He had 10 points in the first quarter. A lot of them strong buckets down low. Not a whole lot of easy points. But Edgewood now coming out on offense in this tough Mason 1-2-2 zone. They can change it up a little bit. They can be more aggressive or they can lay back. And ever since they went to it, Edgewood hasn't got a lot. Top of the key, Allen takes a three off front iron, and another missed opportunity for Edgewood.
Yeah, and this Edgewood team hasn't had a ton of playoff experience. Their last playoff win was 5 years ago.
Yep. Mason just won 3 of them alone last season over where we are right now, West Claremont, then Lakota West, and Walnut Hills before Lakota West, until they run into a very tough Centerville team. Comets will go back into their elbow look, so they're not going to come out in their normal flex. Pass down low from Golan to Morton, and that's just too tough of a finish for Morton.
That's the only thing Morton's really missed all day. Just double team there, tough shot down low.
Edgewood will try to set up their offense. What do they have to do against this zone to get any offense going?
I mean, just a lot of quick passes. I mean, that was one right there, quick passes.
A missed opportunity from Jesse Thompson, but the rebound taken and put in by.
Because the Comets love to double team and trap, so you got to spread them out. Like they always say, the ball will move faster than the defense will.
Yep. And a lot of that's taking smart decisions. And Middleton knocks down the three from the right wing, and Mason's starting to hit a little bit from the perimeter.
And Middleton's up to 5 now. It's a nice pump fake, though, by Thompson, and gets Ben Golan a foul there. His first of the game. Will be the team's 5th foul already.
Interesting. Edgewood doesn't have any team fouls. We got 6:19 to go in the first half. Playing a very clean game, but coaches might argue that it's kind of a softer, less aggressive game. Sometimes fouls are necessary. And
a couple ill-advised passes from both teams.
On the run now, and one for Caleb Allen. A tough take for him. A lot of defensive attention for Mason's been on him all game, but he's still been able to find some holes and get up on the board a little bit.
Yeah, Golan's going to have to head to the bench after picking up 2 quick fouls. Already 6th on the Comets.
Caleb Allen averaging nearly 19 points per game, able to complete the three-point play. Cut that deficit to 10. And now we'll see that flex look for Mason. Middleton in the corner. Thought about driving, just going to get back up to Kelling. Manker, one dribble. Olam, hottest defender on his feet, and now we're going to see the senior Alex Morton try to take it. Almost lost at the top of the key. Mason in no rush, but Middleton's going to take a contested 3, and that one a bit too strong.
The Comets a little stagnant offensively in that possession.
Todd Middleton with the block.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, Swartz had an opportunity there.
You can see the difference in athleticism from these two teams, too. And Kelling and Morton playing two-man ball now.
Yeah, the Comets are just controlling the paint, really offensively and defensively so far.
Morton down low. Tough finish for Manker. Couldn't get it to go. But the second chance opportunity for Manker. And a lot of these Comets are having better games than average than the usual in the GMC, but that's just the difference in conference.
Yeah, Manker now up to 5. And what you also like to see is 3 guys have made three-pointers so far for the Comets. Middleton, Kelling, and Manker.
And Morton on the run now. Kind of a rough pass there from Olam, but it doesn't matter. And one for Alex Morton. Have yourself a half.
Wow. Alex Morton already up to 12. Chance to get 13 now. at the three-point line, and there's nothing this Edgewood team can really do to kind of stop them down low.
Morton will try to complete the three-point play, unable to do so. That's been a big weak spot in Morton's season, has been free throw percentage.
Yeah, especially for a guy who gets to the line so much, a lot of offensive rebounds, and he gets fouled a ton, so that'd be nice. He can improve.
That's Caleb Allen again, but Morton on the run, and Morton's just beating everyone down the floor. And what's impressive about this Alex Morton performance tonight is he's using his strength, he's using his speed, he's using his IQ, and Edgewood wants a timeout. Mason Comets up by 14 halfway through this second quarter. Stay with us for the rest of this one.
Are you tired of wearing the same old boring clothing every day? If that's the case, come on down to the Comet Zone. Open every day during lunch except for Thursdays. The Comet Zone is filled with many options to have you looking fly every single day. From sweatshirts to t-shirts to jackets, the Comet Zone has clothes for every occasion. Come on down to the Comet Zone for your Mason spirit needs. The Comet Zone, your one-stop spirit shop.
Welcome back to West Claremont High School. The Mason Comets off to a strong start in the first half, a 31-17 lead over the 18-seeded Edgewood Cougars. And they're doing it in a lot of ways.
Yeah, with three-pointers down low, everyone's really getting involved. Alex Morton with 14. If Edgewood wants to stay in this game, they're going to have to slow down this Comets transition offense.
Inside, a little pull-up jumper. That's good there from Yager. And that's finally some offense for Edgewood in the second quarter. But Mason in transition has been killing Edgewood. There's a three-pointer from Jack Olam.
Oh, wow, the fourth Comet to knock down a three-pointer. And if Olam can hit those consistently, then he could be very
He could have a game Monday night
yeah.
if Mason's able to beat Edgewood. Turpin's a team that is very balanced, and they have a lot of really good shooters and a lot of good size, which is a tough matchup for Mason. But Yager's going to try another pull-up. No good. And Ehlers, after he's unable to bring down the rebound, going to be forced to foul.
Yeah, first foul on Ehlers. That's already 7 on the Comets, so Evan Swartz will go to the free throw line. And that's just something you want to be careful with. I mean, I know it's early in the game, but you're up by 15, and the other team's in the bonus. So the last thing you want to do is foul them, just kind of give them a chance to cut back in when the clock's not running. But
first free throw, yeah. It's very crucial, missing those front ends. You don't get a second attempt either on those one-and-ones. Mason running a fast flex offense. Middleton in the corner, one dribble, finds Olam, who thought about another three, but the drive from Olam, another two for the junior.
And these Comets are scoring in bunches. I mean, someone will hit a three, then they'll get going, go inside. And
it feels like this Comets team's scoring in one bunch.
Yeah, I mean, as a team, he had 36 points with just under 3 to go here in the first half.
Edgewood now trying to just get a little bit of momentum offense if they can spark anything. Inside the take there from Smith. They're going to call a foul on Olam. That looked like a clean block, but there was probably something down low. That was on Ben Manker.
It really seems to be the only way that the Cougars are getting scoring opportunities here is like just at the free throw line. But another missed free throw, just a killer when you're down by 17.
Yeah, 2:30 left to go, and we're still in the second quarter. Being down a deficit like that, missing free throws is not the way to do it. But Smith's able to get one. Edgewood, it's miscommunication between Allen and the other Cougars. Allen wanted to press and then looked back at his teammates, and no one was there with him. They'll settle back into their half-court defense. They look for Kelling down low, and he couldn't hang on to that one. That's probably not a matchup Mason wanted down low anyway.
Yeah, that more of a guard, and he'll hit a lot of jump shots, but doesn't usually post up too much. But I mean, he's still growing, a sophomore. In a couple years, he could.
Yeah.
Senior.
Very good baseball player too. You're gonna see him play some second base and shortstop this season in the spring. But a 16-point lead for the Comets here. Yager looks down low, and that Smith couldn't bring it in. Another Edgewood turnover.
I feel like every time the Comets turn it over, the Cougars will just give it right back, or vice versa. These turnovers are contagious early on for both teams.
Yeah. Manker's going to make a smart move, pull that one back out. They're in no hurry here. Olam had another open look for three, but he's going to take it again. Nice move, and he gets it to go. Jack Olam's having himself a nice game now, too. The first quarter was about Morton, and the second quarter is about Jack Olam.
Yeah, showing off his athleticism. Nice little pump fake. Just got his defender in the air, and that's all you need to do sometimes. The pump fake can be pretty effective.
That's Morton now, a strong move, and Alex Morton has finished virtually everything around the rim tonight.
The Comets already at the 40 mark, doubling up the Cougars here.
So what we said coming in was going to be a close matchup undoubtedly has turned into a 20-point game with a minute left in the first half.
That just kind of comes down to strength of schedule. We mentioned the Comets have played much better opponents all year than the Cougars. They're just a little rattled right here. They haven't really played any GMC teams other than Middletown.
Well, they definitely look frustrated. And Todd Middleton, what a move from the senior. Not a lot of scoring from him tonight, but he's had a quiet 7 points.
Oh, and again, Allen gets his pocket picked from Morton.
Frustration. Middleton passed up on the three, and Ben Manker inside now, and he gets that tipped away. So 20 seconds on the clock. If Mason can't get anything immediately out of this underneath out of bounds, they'll probably hold for the last shot.
Yeah, the Comets' highest point total of the year was 83 against Kings, and they're on pace to beat that right now with 42 first-half points.
Yeah, Moore's just going to bring it out. 13 seconds on the clock till we reach intermission.
Probably going to keep it here now, under 10.
7 seconds. Morton on the drive. 3 defenders. The foul. And can't finish, but he'll go to the line to shoot two with 5 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, great move, splitting multiple defenders. That was pretty close, in and out. I mean, this is good for Morton going to the free throw line. I mean, these aren't super important free throws, so maybe a chance to get his confidence going a little bit.
Yep. That's the biggest thing is when you're up by 20 in a tournament game like this, you just find specific things that you have to work on, and that's that motivation that keeps you going and knocks down the first. And checking in for the Comets, Evan Ehlers comes back in. Morton to go 2 for 2, and he's able to do so. 44-20, the Comets lead, and Edgewood has 5 seconds to get a shot up before halftime.
Yeah, Mikey Jones, sophomore, even coming in for a little bit here for the Comets these last 5 seconds. Oh, he almost stepped on the line.
He's going to get it in at about half court, and just a chucked up shot from Yager, and that ends the first half. The Mason Comets, a strong start to the postseason. 44-20 is their lead over the Edgewood Cougars. Stay with us for the second half of this one here on Mason Sports Radio.
The SS Comet.
SS LGL for the long green line.
Probably the SS Jack Olam. Susie.
Tim. Speed, because it's fast.
Cookies and cream, because that's my favorite milkshake.
Sam.
45040.
The SS Hanley.
Big Mike.
SS CPAC. About 100 strawberries and a bucket of Nutella. Yeah.
Definitely some Joe Ellis.
Definitely some chicken fried rice. Cheeseburger and fries.
Some sushi. Some Cane's chicken fingers. I love those.
Popeyes.
Chick-fil-A.
Probably Panda Express with a plate of fried rice and orange chicken and broccoli beef.
Some sushi. A burger, like a bacon cheeseburger.
Shrimp and grits.
to West Claremont High School as the Comets have been dominating since the middle of the first quarter. So they're up 44-20. Again, I'm Evan Amazon alongside Ben Haller. Alex Morton leading all scorers in this game with 18 points as we see Jack Olam with a nice turnaround jumper to get the score going. In the second half, Comets picking up right where they left off. Now the lead up to 26.
There's Jack Olam. We talked about he had a really strong second quarter. Was a little quiet in the first, but getting it going early in this one for the third. This Edgewood team was very frustrated in the first half, and frustration again on another airball three.
Yeah, really, one of their only consistent scorers has been Caleb Allen. He only has 5 points, but he's been like the only guy that's been able to kind of generate a lot of shots. And they really haven't gotten much out of anyone else so far.
Yeah, Peyton Smith averaging 9.2 points per game. He's had a disappointing contest so far today, but he's able to knock down the first free throw.
He's had a lot of free throws so far, but hasn't really taken advantage of a ton of them. But he does this trip, going 2 for 2. Little pressure from Smith, and he's able to take it from Middleton. And Smith with a layup, so he's got a quick 4 there.
Oh, now you start to wonder what that halftime speech was like. Light the fire for this Edgewood team. 26 points is a lot to come back from, but
yeah, they're certainly not giving up here. And Jack Olam, what a performance he had in the second quarter. And a nice layup there, rolling it into the east as he's got double figures now with 11.
Yeah, he had a really strong first half of the season, and it kind of went downhill, but really turned it around.
Three-pointer from Yager, and Edgewood's going to need some more of those. They want to come back, so all of a sudden, scoring kind of picking up for both offenses. Smith trails Middleton, and he'll pick up a foul. First foul of the game for Edgewood here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I touched on it in the first half. They're just not playing aggressive at all. And, you know, it's usually not – I mean, people often think you don't want a lot of fouls, but it's usually a bad sign when you don't have any fouls in a half.
Yeah, which means you're not battling down low. And Ben Menker with a 3. And he's got 2 threes now with 8 points.
You can tell the change in confidence level for this Mason team. Getting that 20-plus point lead now, and they're starting to knock down shots. A lot of guys are knocking down shots, so, you know, you don't want to be the odd man out.
Yeah, it definitely takes the pressure off you a little bit on your three-point shooting when you know you're a pretty comfortable lead.
Well, for most players, there are a few exceptions, but it's a lot easier to make a 3 when it's less important that you have to make that 3.
Yeah. How about the fake pass from Middleton there? Fakes to Morton, instead goes down low to Hanley. Hanley's got 4 points. He got the first 4 for the Comets, hasn't scored since then. Trying to change that now at the line, and he knocks down the first.
Yeah, Hanley's been that one Comet that hasn't really got going offensively. But, I mean, that's still 5 points. That's nothing to sneeze at, and he's up to 6 now. He's more of a defensive and rebounding guy anyway.
The Comets will take Hanley with 6 if he's their lowest scorer in their starting lineup. And a three-pointer no good from Allen. Kind of a tough fadeaway shot there. His feet weren't really set on that one.
Hanley's not used to taking the ball up the floor for the Comets, but he saw something and wanted to get going.
I'll take the mid-range jumper. It's no good off the back iron. A little run out here for Allen, and the Comets didn't really seem to get back on defense there.
Yeah, you hear all the time long shots lead to long rebounds, and that one wasn't even a long rebound. It just got batted out a few times, and Mason wasn't ready to give up and say we didn't have that one. And Caleb Allen just found his lane, broke away free. Nice
turnaround from Hanley. So any Comet that wants to score here is just scoring. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Well, that's what's a really good sign moving forward for this Mason team is you got a tough game coming up against Turpin if you hang on to this one, and you can feel confident that there are a few different guys that can come out and have a good game against them.
Now Caleb Allen hits one, so he's the first Edgewood player in the double figures. He's got 10 out of their 29. So Olam kind of double team, but he doesn't care. He'll still finish the little pull-up jumper. Now has 13.
Well, we talked about Morton finishing everything down low. Olam's finishing everything from anywhere, not just in the paint. 9 to 10 feet out, he's getting it to go. He likes his little floaters.
It's a really nice pass.
Now we're seeing a little bit suspiciously too much offense. Both defenses now you have to start to question as Mason wants a timeout. Richards wants to talk over his defense, but with 3:37 left to go in the third quarter, Comets lead 57-34.
A basketball player. A barber.
An astronaut.
Basketball player.
Basketball player. A basketball player.
Firefighter.
A basketball player.
Baseball player.
Doctor.
NFL player.
Professional basketball player.
Burgundy. Definitely like neon.
I'd probably be like a sky blue because everybody likes the sky.
A red crown.
I'd be a yellow crayon because it's bright, like my future.
Green, because it's always in the picture, because you always got to draw grass, and I'm just always in the picture like that.
The hot pink crown because like.
Welcome back in. It's the Comets with a commanding 57-34 lead. And their offense has just been great. We haven't really seen anything like this all year from the Comets. They've had high-scoring games, but they haven't really shot the ball this well all year. They're knocking down threes at the right time of the season.
Well, combining that offense and defense, too, the only other time I've seen a game like this this season for this Mason team was against Loveland, and we had that in the resume as their best win of the year. Just can't turn the ball over.
Yeah, it's Colton Hunt there, an easy layup, and that's really the only way that the Comets are going to kind of lose their lead is those turnovers and those easy baskets.
Luckily, they've built up a good enough lead to where it's going to take a lot of those for Edgewood to get back into this one. How about Kelling down low?
Yeah, playing down low, strong take. Gets the Comets up to 59 here. And a tip pass, and Kelling able to come down with that one. So playing offensively and defensively.
Colton Hunt gets pegged with a foul, and you start to see some frustration from Edgewood coming back. They kind of let loose there at the beginning of the third quarter and kind of realized this could be, for a lot of these guys, the last game of their season. But now, it's a roller coaster of emotions when you're could be playing the last game of your basketball career, and you're down by a lot early.
And Kelling for three, and he knocks it down. So Kelling with signature bow and arrow hits another one. Now he's up to 8 on the night. And yeah, for this Edgewood team, they have 3 seniors in their starting lineup: Allen, Yager, and Thompson.
It's a good sign for Mason when you start to see that bow and arrow. The signature from Alex Kelling. Mark Amazon said it was one of the best celebrations he's seen. It's just a classic.
He's pretty good at it, I guess. He's gotten a lot of practice with it these last couple months, the way he's been shooting from the outside.
Yeah. I mean, we can't overestimate how much of a spark he's lit for this Mason squad. Started the season just on JV.
So Hanley coming in, Middleton coming in as Manker and Olam are going to take a seat here with 1:40 remaining in the third quarter.
And Mason has stayed very consistent with the defense they're running. Haven't really haven't shown a man look yet this game that I can remember. But there's kind of that kryptonite of the zone.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the downsides of the zone is those three-point shots. Smith's able to hit one, but Edgewood's going to need a lot more of those to make things interesting again.
Edgewood,
Whoa,
a lot of
getting
aggressive
a little
defense.
chippy there with Mason Moore, who just checked into the game.
And Mason Moore is not backing away from Middleton. And both officials going to come over and talk to him. Saw a little push after the foul there from Middleton, but that was before the whistle. It was a very late whistle.
A fake from goal, and just kind of loses that one. Couldn't really decide whether to shoot or pass there.
And you could see a lot of frustration from Coach Richards, and even when this team has a 20-plus point lead, he wants to make sure they stay sharp.
Yeah, 'cause turnovers might be okay in this game, but who knows what they'll be when they play Turpin next game.
Yep, and this Mason team it's really hard. They haven't found an identity. They haven't been really good at taking care of the ball. They've had some games with a lot of turnovers. They've had some games where they've taken care of the ball really well. And offensively, they're top of the GMC in assists. It's just that shooting that isn't – the shooting percentage, field goal percentage overall isn't as high as most of these GMC teams.
Yeah, I mean, Comets all year, I mean, they've beaten the teams they're supposed to beat and kind of lost the teams that they're supposed to lose to. So they haven't really had any bad losses, but they haven't really had any great wins either.
Yeah, well, perfectly to that point, I was sitting here trying to make the team resume brackets, and I was very close to putting Middletown as their best win and their worst loss. And that would just be the epitome of, beating the teams you should and losing to the teams you should. I ended up picking Loveland. They are the higher seed in the bracket, so I think the coaches would say that Loveland is Mason's best win.
Yeah, I mean, especially the way they played that game. I mean, it was a blowout from the get-go in that game.
Yeah.
A tough fadeaway three from Allen. And it's not a high percentage shot, but a good offensive rebound. So now Smith tries to get in the lane. He'll fade away, and he'll finish on the end one. So Peyton Smith coming alive a little bit for the Cougars here in the third quarter.
Well, the Cougars are not backing down, and they're being aggressive, and that's just a sign of someone who knows their season's about to end and just trying to do anything they can to extend it a little bit. They're down 21 now with 14 seconds until the end of the third. So they pretty much only have one quarter left.
Yeah,
14 seconds, Mason will probably hold for the last shot.
Yeah, no sense giving the ball back to Edgewood here. And they're coming out a little press. Middleton will bring it up. He gets into the lane, and he'll finish in a strong take from Todd Middleton. And Edgewood won't even take a shot here.
Well, simply put, we're seeing a lot of flashes from a lot of common players that we didn't see in the regular season, and this is the perfect time to show that. 64-41 at the end of the third. Stay with us for the fourth quarter. The 14-seeded Comets over the 18-seeded Cougars.
Solve one side of a Rubik's Cube.
Being able to jump rope.
Probably play cornhole. Solve for the Y-intercept.
I can do a really good Clash Royale sound effect.
I'm really good at playing ping pong. I have a ping pong set in my basement, and I just go ham on that sometimes.
Definitely mow the grass because I don't do that.
The worm.
I don't know, wash the dishes. Probably tying my shoes. Christina's water in the jug.
Dasani is the best brand of water because it's just always there. Like everyone has Dasani.
Ice Mountain. You know, my family just has always gotten Ice Mountain, so.
Kirkland Signature because it tastes very good.
Definitely just Kirkland brand.
I like Fiji because it's clear. You can just look straight through it. It just tastes so good.
Definitely the Reds water from like Walmart and Target.
Kirkland Signature.
Fourth quarter of the first round in the OHSAA tournament. The Mason Comets on top of the Edgewood Cougars, 64-41. A lot of impressive individual performances from the boys in green.
Yeah, Morton with 18, and he basically had 18 in the first half.
It's what it seemed like.
Yeah, and Jack Olam just kind of exploded lately. He's got 13, but Edgewood with a little run. They gotten 4 quick points here in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was a nice cut there from Mason Moore.
And he's on the board with 2, the senior. He got into it a little bit with Middleton when he checked in the game.
Cut the deficit to 21 here. Mason really in no hurry at the start of this fourth quarter.
Yeah. No need for difficult shots here, especially no shot clock in high school basketball. So just take their time, find the best shot.
All-on one dribble drive, kicks it back out to Kelling. Just passing it around the perimeter. Finally, Olam thought about a 3, didn't have his feet set. He'll drive, and they're going to call an offensive foul. A little bit of a push on Olam.
Yeah, close call there. I mean, that maybe could have gone either way, but
it's not the end of the world for this Comet squad at this moment.
It's Olam's second foul. Only the team's third. Had a lot of fouls in the first half, not many here in the second.
Seven minutes left in this ball game in the first round of the OHSAA tournament. 2 teams that were very closely seeded, 14 and 18, but the results of this one so far haven't really matched up to that expectation. But there's a nice take there from Hunt. Colton Hunt stepped up a little bit in this game.
He's had some athletic finishes, really all game.
You know, he's one of those guys who has a whole season in front of him. He's only a junior right now, so this game maybe not going to mean as much to him as it does to some of his teammates, but you know, you want to play for your teammates as much as they want to play for themselves.
And Smith pass ahead to Yager, but Yager will miss the layup, and man, that's just a shot that Edgewood needs to convert. They cut in a little bit, got it to 19, and then they missed the layup.
Hanley trying to go back up. Got blocked the first time and is able to pick up a foul on the putback. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That's a good job by Hanley. He didn't have any negative reactions to being blocked, and I mean, the ball got blocked straight down. Just did a good job keeping his eyes on the ball, gets it, and goes back up on the offensive rebound.
Hanley can't knock down the first, and it's not very often that you see Jake Hanley get blocked.
No, I mean, he's usually the guy blocking people, yeah.
Second in the GMC in blocks per game and combines his size and athleticism very well. $20-point lead now for Mason after the free throw.
And Hanley in a month or so will be blocking a lot of baseballs with his bat soon.
That's one way to put it. Caleb Allen, deep 3, but yeah, we're excited for this Mason baseball season. Got a lot of talent on the roster, especially from their pitching staff. And baseball's kind of a sore subject right now. The MLB, no end in sight for this lockout, but college baseball did start today.
Yeah, spring training got moved back to beginning of March, and yeah, who knows if we'll ever play this year.
Ben Manker, another 3 for this one, and he's got 11 points. That's his third 3 of the game.
And Manker and Kelling are almost having a little competition here. Who can get more 3s, it seems like.
It's like who can do better down low. Is it Morton or Olam? And then outside, it's Manker versus Kelling. And the block from Jack Olam.
Yeah, Olam helping his case there. That block defensively.
And this, Alex Morton's also a very good shot blocker, but you're not going to see those stats because Mason strictly plays that 1-2-2 zone, and Morton's at the top of that 1-2-2 zone, so he's not down low defensively a whole lot. A deep three from Caleb Allen, left it short. And the rebound battled forward, go Mason's direction. Todd Middleton now very easily beats the press, but kind of an awkward pass that gets tipped. Middleton, nice feed down low to Alex Morton with the and one.
Hey, just absorbed the contact there. Morton looked like he didn't even get fouled the way he just went up, and looks like he was just shooting a normal layup with no defense.
He's unable to complete the three-point play, and there's going to be a foul down low. I don't know who that's going to come on. That's on Colton, or that's on Caleb Allen.
Allen just held Hanley's arm. I mean, his arm got hooked up in there with a hook and hold situation, and that was just a weird play. Almost like Hanley beat Allen, so he just grabbed onto his arm. Frustration really setting in for these Cougars.
So Hanley misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and that's been one of the only Mason weak spots tonight has been the free throw line.
Yep.
5 minutes left to go in this one. In and out three there from Peyton Smith, and Hanley grabs the rebound, takes it himself. The point guard, Hanley. And slammed down by Jack Olam.
Wow. I didn't know he had it in him, Ben.
He's one of the most capable dunkers on this Comet squad. You know, kind of that sneaky athleticism. Can dunk easily off 2 feet. He practices it a lot. And a lot of these Comet players have sneaky athleticism. You'd be surprised by how many guys on this team can dunk. And you don't see it a whole lot because they don't get out and transition a whole lot, playing a 1-2-2 zone.
Can any of the managers dunk? Can Ben Haller or Nate Derrick dunk if they get in the game?
Ben Haller can't, but I heard Nate Derrick might be able to throw 1 or 2 down, and especially Jared Kelling can. I think there's no surprise in that one.
Well, we got one of our guys in our rec team, Ryan Erminski. He's been dunking for a few years.
Yeah.
Pretty good athlete for the Global Gym Purple Cobras.
Yeah, don't let that position next to his name on the football roster fool you. He's the kicker, but he's probably one of the most athletic kickers out there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Mason's got to have one of the most athletic special teams out there with punter Michael Molnar and kicker Ryan Rominski.
Yeah, Michael Molnar playing football at Ohio University next year.
He's going there as of right now as a tight end is the position they listed. They want him to gain some weight before he steps on campus.
Yeah, he played some receiver for the Comets this year. He did a pretty good job in the games where he was receiver, but he's really used kind of as a running back athlete, a do-it-all guy, pretty versatile player, and probably what attracted the OU coaches.
Caleb Allen goes to the line. Shooter's touch on the first free throw. Gets the roll. Evan Ehlers will come back into the game now for Mason, along with Alex Kelling and Ben Golan. One for 2 trip from Caleb Allen. Rebound brought down by Golan.
Yeah, the Cougars kind of picking up their defensive intensity a little bit, giving the Comets no room in this tight man-to-man defense.
Manker, one dribble, thought about a pull-up. The better pass to Olam. Can't convert from 3. Would have capped off a great game, knocking down a 3 at the end here with, had a dunk to go along with his 20 points on, that was more than his 20 points.
Yeah,
15 points, sorry, my eyes were having trouble finding that one.
Well, he had the number change too, didn't he?
Yep. So I don't think Olam wants us releasing this information on here, but with a 25-point lead, I think he'll be okay. The 42, full disclosure, is the extra uni that we bring for when anybody forgets their uniform. So,
oh gosh,
this wasn't a good game for Olam to forget his uniform. So it's kind of that. We try to keep that secret, but it's kind of that Mason player walk of shame when you're wearing a 42 jersey on. Everyone, past players, current players, know what that means.
Well, he's making all the players in Mason's history who forgot their jerseys proud right now.
Yeah.
He's wearing that number 42 with pride tonight, and he's got 15. And maybe you should just forget his jersey every game.
Yeah. I think 42 Jack Olam is having the best Jack Olam's game of the year. Allen earns himself another trip to the line and can't convert. 2:48 on the clock, and most likely 2:48 left to go in this Cougars season. I don't want to jinx anything yet, but 25 points in 2.5 minutes will be a lot.
I mean, you've jinxed a lot of stuff over the years, Ben, but I don't. Even this, I don't know if you could jinx it. The Comets, big lead right now, and soon you think these Edgewood seniors maybe going to come out, get a round of applause. They head off one more time.
Rough pass from Evan Ehlers, overthrew Ben Golan a little bit, and Allen will pull it back out for Edgewood. Inside the kick out, a three from Jesse Thompson's no good. Alex Kelling takes the rebound. Out in transition, he'll pull that one back out. See Mikey Jones and Matt DeBras, a couple of JV swings in the game now for Mason. Both of those guys did get some good varsity minutes earlier in the season.
Yeah, Ehlers the starter, and Ross kind of that sixth man. Evan Ehlers taking advantage there, getting the and one down low.
That's going to do a lot for Evan Ehlers' confidence. That's a strong finish for him. Mason will be in the double bonus from here on out. It'll just be one free throw for Ehlers. And here comes number 20, a new JV swing, Luke Kirkland. Had a fantastic year as a sophomore on JV. Just rebounds the ball like no other.
That's pretty cool to get some varsity action as a swing player, but it's especially cool to get your first action in the tournament.
Yeah. Happened last year with Ben Manker. And look where he is now in this tournament game at 11 points on the night. And another three tried there from Thompson. That's off the mark. And Kirkland, I right on cue, I said he rebounds like no other. JV varsity, doesn't matter what level. Let's see if they run a play for the sophomore. Braden Greer checking in as well. So 4 sophomores and a senior is the lineup now for the Comets.
Oh.
And who would have thought the senior's the one that makes the mistake there? Evan Ehlers throws it away.
That is a
harmless mistake.
Yeah.
But Richards is still going to be upset about that. He's a coach that he coaches all 32 minutes.
That might be laughable for everyone else here besides Coach Richards.
He's not laughing. And
it's Jesse Thompson heading off for one last time for the Cougars.
Gets that final standing ovation. Always a great moment for the seniors with 1:17 on the clock. Drive here kind of thrown up, no good. Rebound taken by Ehlers. And Matt DeBras will bring the ball up. Fresh new haircut coming into this game. Evan Ehlers had a strong finish before and virtually no shot to put that one in, but he gets fouled, a very hard foul. It's Edgewood's 11th foul, and they only had 0 in the first half.
Only had 0, yep.
My mom's not going to be too happy with that grammar, but Ehlers can't knock down the first, and when you get a close game like we expect them to have against Turpin, those free throws are going to start to matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay now, just kind of using it as practice. Mason Moeller's going to check out for Edgewood.
1:01 on the clock. Ehlers unable to get either of them to go. Rebound taken by Eddie Thompson. And, well, it looks like with less than a minute on the clock, the Comets' season is not going to end tonight. They'll be back here Monday night, and another rebound for Luke Kirkland. Greer gets tipped from behind. Mason keeps possession, but Monday night's going to be a tough one for you Comet fans. Which one you tuning into, the guys against Turpin or the girls in the sectional final against Sycamore?
Yeah. Oh, Ben, I wish you could call them both, like Kevin Harlan.
Yeah, that's
did
what
that a
I
couple
was
years
thinking.
ago.
Maybe some NFL Red Zone
like
action.
Yeah.
We might have to get some NFL Red Zone action. Sports radio at Red Zone.
Well, people want to give us some, donate some money. I'm not sure we have the technology for that right now, but that would be pretty cool.
Evan Ehlers, the steal and the finish. 78-49 now. And just 22 seconds on the clock. Trying to get a couple of last season buckets. Another rebound, Luke Kirkland. Kirkland might try to take it himself. A little too quick there.
Kirkland saw it open. You just got a little too overeager there, trying to find the basket. Looks like the Comets won't get to 80, but they will get a W. So
I think that's all that matters. I don't think Richards is thinking about that 80 at all. And just last second shot from Eddie Thompson. Rebound taken by Greer. And the Mason Comets will let the clock run out. On the first round of the OHSAA tournament, Mason Comets dominating victory over the Edgewood Cougars 78-49.
Yeah, perfect game. Offensively, I mean, for the most part, they knocked down every shot. Big game coming up against 8-seeded Turpin. It's going to be a good one on Monday night as well as the girls playing Sycamore. So I'm excited for both of those. And thanks for tuning in all night. Again, Evan Amazon along.